In theory, this brand new for 2022 offering from the Swift Group promises you the best of all worlds. For one thing, it comes with the very much in demand 8-foot wide body shell, the equally in demand layout of centre washroom with a big island bed at the back, and it's all wrapped up in the specification of a Swift Challenger, which has been one of the more popular caravan ranges for, well, basically forever. That's a lot to live up to. Can it deliver? Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Swift's smart building method, and that's not my description, it literally is SMART, it's what they call it, uses a polyurethane frame onto which all the GRP body panels hang. So theoretically, there's nowhere for dreaded water ingress to take hold. And that gives the company the confidence to offer you a 10-year body shell warranty. Indoors, it's really nicely finished off, all nice and even panel gaps. The one little disappointment on this test vehicle was a loose screw from the rather flimsy looking bed base at the bottom of the fixed bed. But otherwise, really nicely done. Maybe the most surprising thing in a caravan costing more than £30,000 is that you don't get Alco's ATC electronic trailer control system as standard. That's a £399 option from the factory when you're ordering the caravan. Of course, you do have the expected built-in hitch stabiliser, and indoors all the heavy kitchen appliances are all usefully clustered over or around the axle for optimum weight distribution. Of course, the one big consideration is the 8-foot width, which requires a bit of thought if you're venturing far from the beaten track. But otherwise, with a good outfit match, everything should be fine with this one. I've long maintained that Swift really know what they're doing when it comes to making that important first impression, and they obviously haven't lost the knack with this one. It's lovely to behold, it's very restrained, gives it a classy air, it won't date anytime soon, and of course the L-shaped layout always has that bit of wow factor, especially when you factor in the huge amount of floor space on offer thanks to the extra width. The seating itself is very comfortable with 3 good corners to flop back into, although it would get a bit busy if you introduce person number 4. The focal point is this lovely feature wall here, which is nicely backlit with a shelf on what my mum would probably call a sideboard, where you'd put your TV with all the socketry neatly hidden away in the cupboard underneath. Your other entertainment comes from a radio which doesn't have DAB or Bluetooth, but it does have a USB socket, so you can plug in your phone or your tablet and play your own tunes through the caravan speakers. You've got a 100-watt solar panel up on the roof, which I guess most people would consider to be a fair exchange for not having a DAB radio. Lots of good storage. Obviously, under the big double bed is the main area, and you've got a sealed wet locker on the exterior wall, just next to gas and electricity sockets as well. The loose fit carpeting comes in easily manoeuvrable sections, so if you want to mix and match with bits of carpeting, bits of bare floor, maybe bring your own rugs, it's easy to do that. So all told, there's plenty of practicality to go with the glamour of this caravan. One of the more useful things about having the washroom in the centre of the caravan like this one is that it makes it equally accessible to anybody sleeping up front in the caravan, as well as in the ensuite bedroom behind me. And if you do have overnighting guests, then they're well catered for, because the front makes up into a really flat, comfy, roomy bed. And it's very cleverly made up too by removing some upholstery and lifting up the bed base along by the window, pulling it out and putting down a metal base to secure it. And all the upholstery sections fit really nicely. But of course, the main act is the bedroom behind me, which is a 6'2" long island bed with a really, really lovely mattress. And it's a lovely bedroom all round, actually, because you've got everything you could possibly have in your tick list, including useful shelves either side of the bed. You've got a main socket in there, you've got USB sockets, you've got a TV point on the wall, although you would need to add your own bracket. You've got a little sunroof to light in the morning. You've got a lovely big luxurious headboard behind you. Yeah, good job. There's really not much to dislike about this kitchen, to be honest with you. It's handsome, decent enough work surface with a nice useful extension that intrudes out over into the lounge if you need it. And it's a nicely thick, very convincing marble effect surface as well that's replicated elsewhere in the caravan, on the shelf along the front and on the dresser by the door. You've got the full range of cooking options, including a very nicely fitted microwave that's a decent height for most people, and a dual fuel hob with the electric hot plate usefully elevated slightly compared to the gas burners, which makes it more accessible to larger pans. Nice storage, including a useful pull-out wire racking and bespoke storage for the sink cover and the drainer as well, which you can't always take for granted. So it's a job well done on the kitchen front. If you bought this Challenger X, you could amaze your friends at parties by telling them that you own a caravan that offers not one, not two, but three different ways of getting into the washroom. Can you imagine it? You can choose the door leading from the lounge, or you could choose either of the sliding doors that lead to the bedroom behind me. And when you get in there, you'll find it's a very spacious, a fairly unglamorous washroom, but with all the essentials. You've got a nice big mirror, you've got decent enough storage extending to some open shelving and two cupboards. You've got a nice adult-sized shower, and you've got the main socket just behind me here in the bedroom, which will easily reach the mirror for hair straightening or hairdryer duties. It does the job very well. Okay, it may not have dimmer switches and blinged up mood lighting come at you from every angle, but it does have its fair share. You've got nice ambient strips above the overhead lockers in the lounge and in the bedroom. You've got 3 reading lights for each of the corners here, which is a good user-friendly touch. And of course, the main focal point is this really lovely backlit feature wall here. The kitchen really nicely looked after thanks to 3 pin lights on overhead plinth and also a strip light that hangs on the underside of the overhead lockers. And a special mention for the little flush fitting lamp that illuminates the shelf next to the entrance door. It's an area of a caravan so often forgotten about, but not here, so well done for that. The washroom has lights on all the important places, including a separate one for the shower, and you've got 2 reading lights in the bedroom as well. So it doesn't overdo it, but you're not left wanting either. Coming in at just under £31,700, the newest member of the Swift Challenger X family enters a really crowded sector of the marketplace, brimming with talented competitors. In terms of what you get a really glamorous lounge with that lovely feature wall, loads of space of course, and a really comfortable bedroom at the back. I think it'll do all right for itself.